Okay, here's the breakdown, quick and easy. Do you really need a website for your podcast? Are there better alternatives? When's the best time to create one? We're gonna cover all of that and in less than 7 minutes. Ready? Let's go. Hey Podski, you made it back to the Pod Sound School, or if you're discovering our channel for the first time, you're gonna want to push all the buttons on the video and make sure to check in regularly because every week we publish videos to help you become a podcasting master. I'm Studio Steve, I'm an audio guy, podcast producer, and coach, and I've helped hundreds of people to launch and maintain successful podcasts, and I wanna do the same for you. So if you're ready to dive in headfirst and really create a professional podcast quick and effectively, we have a free podcasting masterclass that you can register for. It's available for a limited time, so go check it out at podcastingsmart.com. So, does your podcast need a website? The main two concerns here, and you're smart to ask, are, is it worth the time and effort, and is it worth the monthly money? The answer to these questions has to do with what you plan on doing with your website. And what you plan on doing with a website will require extra work on your part to maintain. And if you want to go all out on your website pursuits, that could be a full-time work week. So to help you make this decision for yourself, here's a list of the 4 most effective uses of a podcast website. These 4 uses or additions to your show can be game changers when it comes to your growth and ability to monetize. Number 1, this one is perhaps the most obvious one on the list, and that's SEO. It's cool to have your own .com. Also, this way, if your podcast name is relatively easy to say and spell, when people type it into Google, your website will be among the first results to populate. We can also lump into this use that it looks better. When people see that you have a website that fits the vibe of your podcast, they immediately take you more seriously. And this is also the case for potential guests you may be trying to book onto your show. People will Google your show to make sure you're legit before agreeing to be interviewed. This may be enough reason alone to have a website. Finally, on this point, I want to stress not to take SEO out of context. SEO stands for search engine optimization. And although having a website will help people to search for you by your exact name, to build SEO for other things that people search for or for keywords is an entirely different beast. And that leads us perfectly into the second most effective use of having a podcast website. Number 2, blogging. While this is obviously a lot of added work to your weekly workflow, this is where you can really get cooking with SEO, especially if you incorporate some keyword and market research into your pre-production work, which you really should already be doing. Also, there are many hacks and shortcuts you can put to use to make this process less time-consuming. There are many cost-effective ways to generate a transcript from your episodes. Now, you absolutely don't just want to copy and paste your transcript into a blog page and add your episode and call it good. But a transcript can help you fill in important parts, you can grab direct quotes, and you can more simply pump out a short blog article with key takeaways from each episode. Then you can add an embed player for each episode to its corresponding blog post, which in turn, over time, will improve your SEO. What's an embed player? Most podcast hosting services provide them, so check with your podcast host or ask me in the comments and I'll tell you where to get your embed players. Okay, number 3, your own directory, landing pages, and pretty links. Having a website with your own URL allows you to make multiple web pages for any imaginable purpose. The other really cool thing that you can do is create what's called a redirect link, or what WordPress users refer to as pretty links. Pretty links allow you to use your website address to send people to another website. A perfect use case for this would be if you have any affiliation codes with sponsors. So for example, we have an affiliation with Squadcast FM, the industry-leading remote recording solution for podcasters. So instead of telling our podcast listeners to go to our actual link that Squadcast provided us, which they would never remember, we instead can create a redirect link that is podsoundschool.com/Squadcast, which we have. And if you want to learn more about Squadcast FM, you can go to podsoundschool.com/Squadcast and try the services out for free. What I just did there is something you could do in your episodes with any affiliation links you may have, and this makes them super easy to remember and slip off your tongue. Finally, on this use, the other thing you can create is a basic directory page for your podcast, or what people like to think of as a link in bio page. Linktree is a really cool alternative to this feature if this is all you want a website for, which at first is really what most podcasters need a podcast website for. Linktree has a free option and more features for more money a month. A landing page with all of your main links is a great way to centralize all your social media profiles and even provide links to your show on your favorite podcast players. Okay, and finally, for the last really effective use of a website. Number 4, collect emails. While you don't need to start off with a full-fledged email marketing campaign, collecting emails and starting to organize your listeners into segments and think of them as leads who may eventually purchase something from you is the perfect step in the right direction of monetizing and thinking of your show as a business. The truth is that without eventually being able to at least cover the expenses of your show, it becomes harder to justify being in the podcasting game for the long haul. This is sad because podcasts are tremendous marketing tools and lead generation machines. Collecting emails is also super fun and easy to start doing. You just have to incentivize your listeners with something, maybe a freebie or a cheat sheet or a behind the scenes video of you and your co-host. This is also where you can consider creating a newsletter and incentivize your listeners to join your mailing list. And those are the 4 most effective uses of a podcast website. As you can see, including one or all 4 into your weekly workflow is a big time commitment that you shouldn't take lightly. It's probably better not to bite off too much more than you can chew, especially if you are under 20 or 30 episodes in your podcasting journey. But at very least, it is a really good idea to make your show as easy as possible for people to find. And for this, I would strongly recommend that at some point you get the .com or the domain for your show and host it on a website solution that is affordable for you. And to sum up, it's important to note that some podcast hosting services will actually allow you to use your custom domain name for the website they create for you. This is where I would tell most people to start, because you can always transfer your domain name anywhere you want later. So check with your podcast host to find out which services they provide in this department. Another really cool option you can check out is podpage.com. Podpage has a free option, and if you upgrade to the first tier on their list, you can use your own custom domain. You can try Podpage for free right now by going to podsoundschool.com/podpage. See that? I did it again. I gave you a redirect link from our affiliation with Podpage. Finally, I'll leave you by saying that most domain names are only going to cost you $12 a year. Just go to Google Domains and type in your show name to see if it's available. What do you think? Are you going to make a website for your show? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you decide to, and I also hope you start thinking about your podcast like a business. If you're curious about the ways that podcasting can lead into making serious money and putting on your marketing hat, this video right here will get you started thinking like a marketer in this new exciting creators economy that as a podcaster you are a part of. Don't miss out on all the opportunities that you're already sitting on. Continue with this awesome video Veronica made here.